Hey guys, welcome back to Let's Get to It Home Tips and Tricks. Today we're going to be talking about hose and how you can fix it. Welcome, and let's get started here. Thank you very much for joining in. If you haven't been to our videos yet, YouTube channel, be sure to subscribe to them. It's free, it doesn't cost you anything, and give you the opportunity to check all the other videos that we have, which we've got a lot of them on now. So about how to fix things, take care of things around your house. So we've got a new product on it, not new, but an old new product I want to introduce you to that will really help you anytime you got any kind of rotten wood, busted place, or gouge out of anything, help you fix it. So I'm going to change the camera around here just a second and we're going to get started. Okay guys, the product I wanted to tell you about today is called DURHAM's water putty. It's called Rock Hard, and this stuff does get rock hard, so it's great to fix any kind of gouged out place, hose, rotten wood, or anything with. I'm going to show you a couple of examples that I've fixed up here in the shop. And the good thing about this stuff that I like about it is this stuff has a long shelf life. This was a big can. You can buy a lot smaller cans, but I've probably had this can at least 25 years. It's down to about right here. I'm about to use it up. I'm going to get some more, but anytime you got something you need to fix, it's just mix up a little bit with water and make a big thick paste out of it, and it works really well. So I'm going to mix up some here and show you just what we're talking about. Okay, get you a little better view here of what we're doing. This stuff opens just like a paint can. This paint opener thing there. And like I was talking about, I've had this for at least 25 years and just about to use it up. We may use it up here today. And but the thing I like about it is this long shelf life, because unless you're doing home repair work, out for a job, you're just not going to use it that often. You're going to have a place now and then you need to fix, and you're going to get it out and fix it. Just seal it back up, put it on the shelf in a good dry place, and it's ready for the next time. So I've got this little clear cup, so I want you to kind of be able to see how we're mixing it. So we're going to get us a little bit out here and mix up some, just a little at a time. Here, a little bit more, and then we're going to take us some water and just start off with just a little bit of water. But the good thing about it is if you get too much water, you can always add a little more powder in there to mix it up. A little bit of water goes a long ways with it. We're just going to see we're mixing it here. See, it's starting to get real pasty there, and that's what we want. We want a good thick paste, but we want all the powder mixed up. We don't want to leave any powder, so a little bit more water there, just a little bit. This is some of my favorite stuff. Some examples while I'm mixing here, I can tell you to fix with it is like if you got a rotten windowsill, it's not going to require the whole thing to be replaced. You can just take a little bit of this and mix it up, a good putty, clean all your rotten wood and your wet wood out. If you have to, after you get it cleaned out, you need to let it dry for a while, let it dry out, and that's a pretty good paste right there. So I'm going to reposition the camera and we're going to show you. Let me see that better. Pretty thick, and it dries fairly quick. Most time you put it in a day. You probably need to wait one day before you start sanding on it and stuff. Give it a good time to dry, but you can kind of gauge on it there. So we're going to move over here. I've got some boards set up for some examples. We're going to move over here and reposition the camera again, and I'm going to show you some examples to use it for. Okay, here's our wood we're going to use, and I just made up some examples. This got a drilled hole out here. A lot of times when you're putting in a new door, if you're not replacing the casing, a lot of times your lock latch holes don't line up, and you have to repair that hole. So this is great for that. You got some big nail holes you need to fix. It's pretty good. Also got a little place just gouged out here. Kind of example, maybe similar to having a place of rotten wood if you cleaned out. And then another place is on this edge right here. It's chipped off. A lot of times you get little chips on your porch columns where something's bumped it or the dog's gnawed on it or something. So I'm going to show you how to fix that also. But first we're going to just stick it back in our vise here and kind of hold it for us. And then we're going to take, excuse me, we're going to take our putty and just, we'll do the round hole first. Once you get it full, just kind of rake it off like you would do any other kind of putty. If you want to fill them holes that's there, just go ahead and stick a little in them and just get you a little bit. The more you leave it built up, the more you're going to have to sand, but you want it a little bit because when it dries, it'll have a little bit of shrinkage to it. Then we're going to get our gap here, and we're going to just lay it in there and just let it flow in there. And don't get it too thick, but get it pretty good to where it's going to be up there. And then I say this will dry pretty quick, but depending on how thick your repair is, you may have to wait till tomorrow to next day to do it. And if it shrinks, you got too thin, it shrinks a little bit too much, just mix chip a little bit and smear on there. So let's move on down to our gap here. I'm going to turn it around, so just hang on. Okay, we'll show you what we're going to do on our gap here. What we're going to do, we're going to take a piece of wood, we'll stick it back in there, and just any kind of little small piece, as long as it's square on the corners, and we're going to line it up on the back side here. We're going to line it up even to where it matches the back side of the board, and we're just going to tack it down there with some nails and get it straight there. Kind of hard working over the camera. All right, then we'll turn it back up on its side. Now, if you're doing this on like a porch column was talking about, you're going to have to mix your putty up a little bit thicker so it don't run on you. So we're going to mix up some more to do this with, and we'll mix that up, and then we'll come back and work on that. Okay, we've got our putty mixed up here, so you can get where you see it. And this, you see it mixed up a lot thicker, to where it won't hardly run off your handle here, or your putty knife. So all we're going to do is just going to take and pack this in just like it was a crack instead of a piece off the edge. Pack it in there, and if it runs a little bit when you got it up vertical, then you may have to stay with it a little bit and keep putting it in there. But just gonna make it off. Make sure the end, if it's on the end piece like this, make sure it's puttied in. So just gonna smooth that out right there, and then just let it dry and come back and do your sanding. Now I'll show you another little trick. This will mix with latex paint. So if you got some paint left over from your last paint job and you want to make this match, and maybe not even have to do much sanding or painting. Just take some of your putty here mix and just mix it up with your paint. And you'll see it start as it mixes up good there, and it ends up just the same color as you paint. So if you're fixing, you know, gashing a door or somewhere, you can mix it up like that, put it in there, and then it'll match your paint when you sand off. You won't have to do very much painting or matching, and usually just put one coat over it and it's going to match, because you won't have that darker color underneath it. So that's a good trick there. Especially, you know, if you took something down, you've got some nail holes that you want to patch, you know, just putty up. You can go around and just use those to fill in your nail holes, and then it's going to match your paint. So so that's always a really good shortcut to not having to paint. This is going to stay in a lot better than caulking well, so so I would use that if I was going to fix some paint. Let's say maybe you took a storm door off of a door case and it left a lot of screw or nail holes, and you're not going to put one back up over it. You mix this up, fill in your hose with it, and it'll match. Okay, I want to show you one more thing to just kind of finish this up. Before you take this wood piece off, just score you a little line across there. This is dried pretty good. I'm going to mess it up a little bit. Probably should have waited longer, but I wanted to get this on the video. Just draw you a little line there, so you'll have that gap. And then just take and pull your piece off, and then you got your good smooth edge there. And when it completely dries, you sand it off and paint it, and then your edge will look like it's brand new. So just wanted to show you that little tip there. This has been on about an hour, so you can see it's already starting to set, but it's still a little soft, so I'd wait overnight, you know, about sanding it. Okay guys, I hope that helps. And again, that is Durham's Rock Hard Wood Putty. You know, they're not a sponsor or anything. It's just, this is just a good idea for fixing stuff. So later on we'll show you some other things to fix hose with. It all works good, but this stuff has been around for years. Like I say, what I like about this is the shelf life on it. This is really some old stuff, and when I need it, it's there, it's ready, you know. It's not like paint or putty, some other putty that's already mixed, where, you know, every time you go to get it, it's dried up and you got to go buy some more. So I hope that helps. Stick around, and like I say, if you hadn't watched the other videos, please subscribe and check out those other videos. It's all free, so it'll help you around the house with all these tips and tricks. Thank you for joining in, and we look forward to seeing you next time.